Melissa Carroll here, my English teacher. Hi, I'm Melissa, and I am a professional English teacher. Understanding paragraphs and identifying the parts of a paragraph is what this video is about today. Let's get right to it. What are the essential parts of a paragraph? There are three main parts, really: the main idea, supporting sentences, and your concluding sentence. So let's look at the main idea. The main idea is the most important part of the paragraph because everything else about this paragraph will support that main idea. So it is a general statement that guides everything else. Supporting sentences. These are the sentences that explain and develop the main idea with examples and reasons. They usually answer the questions who, what, where, when, why. They're the details in the paragraph. And then, of course, you have your concluding idea or your concluding sentence. This summarizes the paragraph. Usually it's located or found at the end of the paragraph, but not always. And it kind of looks like the main idea, but a little bit different. There is never any new information in a concluding sentence. The paragraph structure. Let's look at this a little more closely because it will help you see the big picture. So you have your main idea and then you have your concluding sentence. These are like sandwiches, really. We'll come to that more in a moment, but that's your top and your bottom. So in the middle, you will have supporting sentences. Here on the left, we have main idea, the foundation of your paragraph. Second, it's indented a little, so it's below the main idea, and it is a supporting sentence. Now, you can have a supporting sentence that explains the main idea, and you can have a second sentence, the detail, that supports the supporting sentence. So a detail is going to give you some specific examples or facts. Then you will have another supporting sentence. Usually a paragraph has three supporting sentences, and each of those sentences can have a detail. So you see we have the main idea, supporting sentence, detail, supporting sentence, detail, supporting sentence, detail, and then your concluding idea. The concluding idea will wrap up the paragraph. Okay, main ideas and concluding sentences. Think of a paragraph as a delicious sandwich. Just like a sandwich, it needs two pieces of bread to hold everything together. A paragraph needs two pieces too. It needs the beginning and the end to hold the paragraph together. So you have your main idea and your concluding sentence, and they look similar. These two slices of bread look similar, but one's on top and one's on bottom, so they are a little bit different. So you will notice in a paragraph that your main idea and concluding sentences will be similar, yet not identical. They cannot be exactly the same. You can reword or paraphrase your main idea, and that can be your concluding sentence. Let's look a little more closely. The top slice, your main idea, introduces the paragraph's central point. It tells the reader what the entire paragraph is about. The bottom slice is your concluding sentence, and it neatly restates the main idea in different words or provides a final thought, or it could bring a discussion to a closure, or it could summarize all the main things that happened in the paragraph, but in one sentence. One sentence. So what is a main idea? You know it's the main point of a paragraph, but do you know also that it's got another name? A topic sentence. Basically, if you're a writing teacher or if you're learning how to write, your teacher is going to call it a topic sentence. The topic is the subject And what about the subject answers the question, and that is your topic sentence. That's how you find a main idea. What is it about? One topic, sports. What about that sports? Sports are good for your mental health. So that would be a topic sentence. A reading teacher will also call that a main idea. So it's a different perspective, but the same thing. So a main idea is a topic sentence. Your reading teacher says main idea, your writing teacher says topic sentence. And the location, it's usually found in the first or second sentence, but not always. If you have a compare and contrast paragraph, the first part of that main idea will be in the middle. So you'll start with the positive and then the negative, a pro and con. It'll be in the middle. But normally we put it at the very first, the first sentence, or we can lead into it and use it as our second sentence. Now, the concluding sentence is usually located in the last sentence, but not always, but usually. And it will wrap up, it will complete the paragraph. It'll reinforce the central message. So it restates the main idea. It can rephrase the topic sentence or main idea without introducing new information. I have to repeat that. No new information. It can summarize the key points. It can briefly touch on the paragraph's most important supporting details, but in one, there it is again, one sentence, not two or three, one. Practice time. Can you identify the main idea and the conclusion? I'm going to read the paragraph to you so you can close your eyes and listen, or follow along with your eyes, which is good for pronunciation. Identify the main idea and the conclusion. Playing team sports is good for you. First, it helps you stay healthy because you move your body and get exercise. For example, running, jumping, and passing the ball make your heart stronger. Second, team sports teach you how to work with people under pressure. They teach you how to cooperate and to reach a goal with your teammates. Finally, playing sports can make you feel happy. You will have fun with your friends and feel proud when your team does well. These are many reasons why team sports are good for your body and your mind. Did you find the main idea and the conclusion? It was too easy, right? The first sentence is the main idea and the last sentence is the concluding idea. This is very normal. This is very useful. This is very easy, but it's not always where those are found. So don't be tricked. Not always. Let's look at these two sentences. Playing team sports is good for you. These are reasons why team sports are good for your body and your mind. They say the same thing, but in different words. Okay, supporting sentences and details. These are often a little harder to distinguish. So let's take a moment to look at what a supporting sentence is. A supporting sentence is going to provide extra information like general examples or reasons to explain the main idea. They will always support the main idea, but the detail will support the supporting sentence. So detailed sentences add specific examples, facts, or descriptions to make ideas even more clearer. Together they create a fuller picture. They support the main idea by unifying the paragraph. You've heard of that before. Unifying the paragraph means all the sentences are working the same way. They're talking about the main idea. If they're not talking about the main idea, it doesn't belong in that paragraph. Take that sentence out. So they support the main idea by giving information to develop the topic. Topic sentence, main idea. They explain further. They provide a clearer picture of what the main idea is talking about by explaining it more through examples and reasons and descriptions. And they add more details, including examples, facts to support the explanations. Let's practice. Can you identify the supporting sentences, SS, or the detail in the same paragraph? So let's look at this paragraph again. You can pause the video here if you want, or you can skip forward if you're not interested in supporting sentences and details. But let's try this out. Playing team sports is good for you. Main idea. First, it helps you stay healthy because you move your body and get exercise. Supporting sentence. For example, detail. For example, running, jumping, and passing the ball make your heart stronger. Second, team sports teach you how to work with people under pressure. They teach you how to cooperate and to reach a goal with your teammates. That's a detail. Finally, playing sports can make you feel happy. Supporting sentence. You have fun with your friends and you feel proud when your team does well. That explains further your happiness. These are many reasons why team sports are good for your body and your mind. So you can see that the first sentence is the main idea, but here the first one is supporting sentence. You see the word first, second, finally. Those are clues that they are supporting sentences. And then, for example, or if they define something further or make a fact, then that would be a detail. So there are 4 signal words. I've already pointed out 3. Can you find the 4th? So we have, you can pause here if you want, and then we'll go right to the answers. First, for example, second, and finally. These are signal words. Signal words are good for you to use in your paragraph because it gives a timeline and a direction of the order of the paragraph. In summary, main idea is the central point that guides the entire paragraph, and supporting sentences and details are going to explain and develop the main idea further, and then you'll wrap it up with the concluding sentence, which reinforces the main idea. So don't miss out. If you like these kinds of educational videos, like and subscribe for future lessons. Grow your English with Melissa Carroll, my English teacher. Me.